We're 6 days into training camp. Are the 49ers getting better or worse? What's happening? Welcome to LaCohn and LaRocca. That's Tyler LaRocca. I'm Grant Cohn. The Niners have the day off. They're back at it tomorrow. 6 days in the books. I thought a good idea for a show would be to just go like position by position and discuss how things are trending for each group as opposed to the team as a whole. Maybe we can talk about the team as a whole at the end. I don't know. How you doing?
You know, good, man. I'm excited. Football season's almost here, so we just need it back. We need it back so bad.
August, 2 days away. Let's start with the most exciting position group on the 49ers, special teams. They're really trying to overhaul it this year. They have a new coach. He's energetic, Brant Boyer, but they still have the same kicker. How do you feel about special teams after 1 week of training camp?
Special teams, I mean, I feel like any change is improvement. Like, you can't really get worse than we were at it last year. The kicking competition, I wish they just cut Jake Moody, but he has blackmail on someone in the organization. So, I mean, until we figure out how to get that out of his hands, it seems like he's sticking around. I'm hoping Greg Joseph wins the kicker battle just so I don't have to trust Jake Moody anymore. But, I mean, that's my biggest concern. It's weird not having Wishnowski there, but, I mean, yeah, he was Jake Moodying last year too. He just lost his job instead.
Did Mitch Wishnowski sign anywhere?
I don't think so. Not that I saw.
Well, here's my thing with Jake Moody. They're trying to sell like he's improved. And they said two things. Well, one, that it was just an injury issue last year. He was hurt. But then Jake came out and spoke last week, and he was like, well, I've changed my kicking motion. Now I was a 3-step kicker. Now I'm a 2-step kicker. And so it's like, was it the injury or not? If it was just the injury, why are you changing your motion? That's what I don't understand. I feel like they're just saying whatever and trying whatever. And I think what's the issue with this guy is not injury or motion. It's mentals. It's mentals.
Yeah, I think it's mental. And I feel like, am I crazy? I feel like he has such a weak leg compared to NFL legs. Like, I feel like for him to get 50, like, he has to put everything behind it. And I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not remembering right, but I feel like he has a weaker leg too. And it's just, I don't get it, man.
He's hit some very long field goals. He's just missed some short ones. Like, I think that's more the issue.
Yeah.
He's missed short field goals, extra points in crucial situations.
And it's just, I feel like that's the problem, right? It's like with this kicking competition, it doesn't simulate where he struggles, which is in a game. Like, it's just for whatever reason in a game, even like an extra point, like in the first quarter, it's like, oh, shoot, I just can't get it. It's like, how do you miss that as a kicker? And I've also been curious about this. Why is the kicking competition 4 kicks each? They're kickers, man. Just have them kick like 15 kicks apiece.
Well, they're doing it's like all of practice stops and everyone that's not special teams is standing and watching. So I think they're trying to add to the pressure. So it takes about, 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes. It's about a minute for each kicker to like get set up, line up, kick it. So that's why.
I don't know, man. I feel like regardless, you can't cut Greg Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you have to come.
He's too important.
I feel like you have to come into the season with 2 kickers.
All right, let's go secondary. Renardo Green injured. They're hoping to get him back for the Raiders week in about 2.5 weeks from now. And in a corresponding move, they signed Eli Apple. I didn't see him on the practice field yesterday. Maybe he was out there. But the starter was Darrell Luter Jr. Upton Stout's been playing more and more with the starters. His stock is up. Lenore wasn't out there yesterday. Don't know why. It might have been. Maybe it was related to the court arrest. I have no idea. But I think he's healthy. I'm going to assume he's healthy.
Yeah. I think secondary is my biggest concern with the team, period. It was offensive line, and then Renardo hurt his hamstring. And then we signed Eli Apple. So it's like they know we need secondary depth, but the choice was Eli Apple. I feel like you have so much like better you could choose from. And we still aren't getting help on safety when I feel like our safeties are just going to be like, bro, when Mac Jones is feasting on your secondary, like, with no starting NFL receivers, pretty much, there's a problem there. I feel like we should probably recognize, like, it's not just Mac Jones is good. It is our secondary is awful.
Now, I think the additions of Pinnock and Stout so far have been positive. I think they're going to be good players. I don't know about they're going to be like huge Pro Bowl players, but I think they'll be good. Jair Brown, I still don't know what he's going to be like in this system. Yeah. And then Renardo Green, already injured. What's his season going to be like, missing most of training camp? And I think it's interesting to see, like, the Niners always have these starting caliber corners that are doing nothing on their bench, and then they get cut and they go somewhere else and they start. So Darrell Luter Jr., are you really a lot worse than Renardo Green, or is this going to be your opportunity to finally play? See.
Yeah, secondary is my
Eli
biggest.
Apple.
Yeah, and then you have Eli Apple randomly slotted in there when you could have like so many other options. I'm just secondary is confusing me. I mean, in my opinion, that was my biggest issue with Saleh's defense on the Niners in 2019. I thought secondary was a problem.
Yeah. So Kelly Witherspoon, Emmanuel Mosley, they couldn't figure that out. Yeah.
Whiskey Tart, even like our best corner was Richard Sherman, who was like
kind of old,
cooked by Sammy Watkins in the Super Bowl. Like, secondary seems like, I mean, I know he had Sauce and DJ Reed on the Jets, so he like figured it out, I guess, over there. So I don't know. Hopefully he figures it out over here, because our secondary, if Demo goes down, we are going to get by every.
But Lenore is better than Sherman was in 2019. Lenore's a really good player.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think he's a Pro Bowl caliber player.
Yeah, I think he's like an all-pro corner, but that's what I'm saying. If he goes down, like, we are going to get obliterated.
And I think what's going to happen this year is, since they're going to keep him on one side, teams aren't going to throw at him very much, because you got a rookie in the slot and you got Renardo Green maybe on the outside, maybe Renardo Green or Eli Apple or Luter Jr. Like, that's where they're going to go over and over and over again.
Yeah. Secondary is it's been my biggest concern. I really, 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 really wish we would just grab like a Justin Simmons, someone, please. Like, that's not Eli Apple.
See, I think they need a corner more than a safety at this point. I feel like Pinnock's been positive, and like Mustafa's coming back, and they'll be a decent pair. But Renardo Green better be really good. Otherwise, this defense has a huge weak link. I mean, maybe Renardo Green or Luter. One of those two guys has to be good.
Yeah, like, here's my thing.
It's not Trey Brown. Sorry.
Like, Eli Apple, he isn't even that young.
No.
So it's like you could have gotten like a
Rasul Douglas. Even Stephon Gilmore didn't have a bad year last year. Yeah, he's old as hell, but Michael Davis. I would even sign a Asante Samuel Jr.
Like, wait till he's healthy. I'd rather have him hurt than Eli Apple healthy. Like,
they could have traded for Jalen Ramsey, but they didn't do that. Now, maybe the John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh want to make moves like this, and Parag Marathe and Jed York are saying no, don't know. I couldn't imagine why coaches would want to not use their cap space. That seems more,
unless Saleh's like very, very confident, like Luter Jr. and Upton Stout being like dogs. Like, then I guess I hope I'm proven wrong, but I feel like once we kind of get outside of our division, I think once we get outside of our division, like come playoff time, and we have to play like teams with good quarterbacks, it's going to be kind of hard to watch.
Linebacker. Dre Greenlaw's gone. Mm-hmm. They're raving about him in Denver. He's healthy for now. Fred Warner here, D. Winters, Nick Martin. Here's what I see, at least real quick. With D. Winters, he looks good in practice all the time.
I was going to say, I've heard he looks phenomenal.
He looks good in practice. He makes plays in coverage. We've known he's a good coverage player. I still think he has something to prove in the live action in preseason. Mm-hmm. Can you actually be a good run defender? Because I feel like last year he was inconsistent, and sometimes he was, and sometimes he was out of his gap. With Nick Martin, I feel like I think he's starting to make more plays in practice. It's hard to judge linebackers, but it looks like he's always around the running back. He's always around the action. Yeah. And we'll see if he actually makes those plays in games, but I think he might end up being better than Winters. I think he's got more of a dogging him.
Again, like if Nick Martin came out last year after that season he had, he would have probably been a first or second round talent grabbed. So yeah, I think Nick Martin could definitely be a diamond in the rough. I've heard D Winters looks really, really good. My biggest issue with him isn't even his play. Mine's can he stay on the field? Like he's gotten hurt so much. Like he's always out. And so I think that's my biggest concern with him is like, can you even stay healthy? Like, even if you are doing well. But I'm pretty comfortable with our linebackers. I feel like between D Winters and Nick Martin and Fred, obviously, we'll have something. We'll have something there.
Well, my thing with this position group is I feel like you could argue that letting Greenlaw go is the right move. Mm-hmm. It's hard to project someone's health, and I think the Niners were betting against it, and clearly the Broncos bet, on him.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't know how the future is going to unfold, but you do have to replace Greenlaw. And what Saleh talks about, one of his phrases for what he wants, what he preaches on defense is extreme violence.
Yep.
And if you think about their defense, who's providing that? I don't think it's Bosa. I don't think it's Michael.
It's Fred.
I don't think it's Fred. It was always Greenlaw. And if he's gone, then it needs to be Winters. And I don't know that Winters is that kind of a player. I know he's a good athlete. Or it needs to be Nick Martin. So
I think their new extreme violence guy is Mustafa. That dude.
I mean, Azeez Al-Shaair was extremely violent.
Yeah.
Ask Trevor Lawrence.
Still is.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, sorry. I think Mustafa
Greenlaw's extremely violent. Ask Big Dom.
Like, I that's why I like Mustafa though, because he's like that. He's that Whitner style. Like, I'm gonna take your head. Like, I know everyone clowns on him for the Mahomes thing, but it's so obvious the dude let up. Every single person he plays against talks about how hard the dude hits. Like, if he just knew he would get ejected if he just laid into Patrick Mahomes. So even though I don't think you'll see that this year, I can guarantee you if a quarterback goes to meet him at the goal line this year, that dude is taking his head off. And that's what I like about him.
If Greenlaw plays well this year and Martin and Winters struggle, Niners going to look bad. But if Martin comes through, then I would have to say Saleh's going to look like a genius.
Yeah,
because I think the Niners are a little nervous about this position.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they have to come through. You can't have our secondary without my assumption is they're very confident. Even though Saleh did want Greenlaw apparently, but Greenlaw says they didn't want him. So that kind of confuses me. When Greenlaw said that, like, oh yeah, I was an adopted child, and the Broncos actually said they wanted me. Because everything we heard was Saleh and the Niners were like begging for him, but it just wasn't enough. So
that's not what I heard. We heard that Saleh really wanted him, but that the people that were in charge of the money weren't really making him competitive offers until he had agreed to something with Denver. And then at the very end, they tried to be like, all right, we'll match it. And he was like, peace. Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. I would assume they're pretty confident in there with the way they handled it. I would assume Saul is pretty confident in his linebackers. I feel like Niners always do really well at linebacker for whatever reason. It's one of those positions that I'm always kind of confident we got handled.
Yeah, I mean, but if he did want Greenlaw back, then this would be his second choice. And, you're going to go along with what the organization decides to do, but it's a lot of pressure on this. Remember, Fred Warner, his first year in the league as a rookie, he was just a rookie, but he wasn't great. His breakout year was his second year when he started playing next to Greenlaw. So
yeah. And when he got a little bit bigger, because he come out he came out as a DB.
Yeah. He did. All right, let's go defensive line. Michael Williams was having a really good start to camp, but now he's down with an ankle injury again. Alfred Collins is Javon Kinlaw with two good knees, which is perfectly fine considering they took him in round 2 instead of round 1. He's got potential, but he's much more of a run defender than a pass rusher right now. And CJ West is the talk of camp. CJ West is whooping ass. That's a technical term. He's whooping ass in one-on-ones, and he's so disruptive in 11-on-11s that he's causing kerfluffles. That's another technical term. How are you feeling about the D-line right now?
So I'm feeling really good about the D-line. I think anytime you have an anchor like Nick Bosa, it makes everyone else's job easier. My concern isn't even with the D-line, though, because every time I hear CJ West is balling, Alfred Collins balling, Michael's balling, they go, they were torching Pooney. And it's like, wait, did Pooney get way worse? Because this dude seems like he's getting beat on like a
Look,
drum.
as someone who's out there, I don't think Pooney has gotten worse. I'm not the best judge of talent, but I think when people see Pooney lose, they highlight it. It's like, oh my God,
Okay.
you beat Pooney. Because, I mean, Trent Williams has lost some reps out there, and it's like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa beat him the other day. And I don't think I'd ever seen Nick Bosa beat Trent Williams in one-on-one. So that was notable.
Well, so Trent sucks now too. So,
yeah, he's terrible. Trash.
Yeah, no, I like our defensive line. I actually really like the overhaul. I like that we focused our early picks on defensive line. I think it was really, really good, really smart. It was very, very necessary. We haven't gotten it right since Buckner left. So, and I like the addition of Bryce Huff. This is the most confident group I am in the 49ers. Like, I am most confident in the defensive line.
Yeah, I feel like going into training camp, I had low confidence in this group. It's like, man, you need so many rookies to come through. And now it's like, well, not necessarily. I mean, Alfred Collins just needs to stop the run. CJ West just needs to stop the run. Michael Williams needs to be healthy. But
yeah,
Bryce Huff is going to be the secondary pass rusher.
Yeah.
Not Michael. Michael will be the third guy. It is concerning that Michael Williams hurt his ankle to me.
Again, yeah. For sure. No, and I'm talking about all of this with health. Like, because obviously the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan do not know how to keep players healthy, but I'm talking about this like on paper, the defensive line I actually really like and I'm confident in. Yeah, man. I think especially with Nick and with the stunts Saleh and D'Amico throw at teams, it's just so confusing for an offensive line, which makes your job. It's not like Sorensen, man, where it's like, all right, line up standard. Let's see what we got. Run at them. It's a lot more like that 1-3 split where you have a linebacker behind you sometimes and make it a 4 little bunch over there. Like it makes your job so much easier.
I just think it's interesting that Saleh's vision clearly was to have West and Collins be these base run pluggers for the wide 9. And then when they get to third down, they can get exotic. They could take both those guys off the field, bring Huff out, move Michael over, bring out Yetur Gross-Matos and do all kind of stuff. But Gross-Matos hasn't practiced once this offseason, and he's never even there. I have no idea what's going on with him. And then Michael's kind of a little mysterious as well. I wonder if Saleh's going to end up adjusting and just playing CJ West on third. Like, what if CJ West ends up giving him 8 sacks?
What if
he
he's
looks
Aaron
like
Donald?
He could do that. Maybe I'm getting too excited, but he's whooping ass, as I said.
Yeah, whooping ass, the technical term. I mean, yeah, when we have a player that has that ability to whoop ass, it's
like can we talk about how he whoops ass?
Yeah.
So what I like about him is he's super strong, low to the ground. He's quick twitch left and right. He has multiple pass rush moves. So if he wants to bull rush you and that doesn't work, he can transition into like a rip move where he pulls you back into him and you lose your balance, or he does a spin. Like he always has one move after the other, as opposed to, Alfred Collins or even Michael Williams. Those guys are sort of figuring out their pass rush plan. CJ West has a pass rush plan more than anyone else at tackle.
Yeah. And we got the guy from the UFL.
He was actually good yesterday at practice. Yeah. He was super energetic. He was getting into the backfield. He had a tackle for loss and a sack in 11 on 11s. He's really small and he's like a little wild. So when he loses, he often gets pushed on his face. But I still think there's something there. I mean, he's built a lot like Bryce Huff. And Bryce Huff was undrafted as well.
Gross-Matos is, maybe your Gross-Matos is gone and that's his replacement.
They're paying a lot of money. They need your tour.
Yeah, true. He's a top,
6.
150 D end in the league. So
Okay. Let's hit a couple super chats and we'll get back to this. Josh Wyatt says, remember when the Niners had depth? I do. Now it feels like every position group is one injury away from being a liability. Is this on the position coaches?
No, it's on Kyle Shanahan, who literally admitted they were not looking for starters in drafts. I've never heard a stupider statement in my entire life coming from a coach talking about a draft ever. Why would you stop looking at starters ever?
Wait, hold on. He's a starter. Don't show me him. Okay. No, I think that honestly, I blame the Trey Lance trade. I think yes, they found another quarterback, and that didn't hurt their quarter. Like they got Brock, you got Mac, you're fine at the quarterback position. But what you don't have is 3 first-round picks and a third. That should be at least 4 really good players. You could have traded down with one of those and made it 5.
We could have gotten like another Pearsall that doesn't play, or another Michael that's injured on the sideline, or another Brandon Ayuk that's always injured. We could have gotten so many injured players in the first round because John Lynch, if there's one thing John Lynch can do, he can kill it in the first round.
Yeah, if you put it that way, I mean, damn. I mean, if this team is if this regime is on the hot seat and they need to draft well to stay employed, then it really isn't good that Michael and Ricky Pearsall are injured. I mean, they knew Ayuk would be injured, but the only first round pick they've had who's been somewhat durable is Bosa, who's had his own injury issues.
I would agree if we were the Eagles. I'd be like, yeah, dude, those 2 first round picks, that could be Jalen Carter or Cooper DeJean. But nope, ours are Javon Kinlaw and
See, this is another reason why the Niners shouldn't have paid Brock, because they're not that good at drafting.
No, they're horrible at drafting early. I will say,
when you pay a quarterback $53 million a year, you have to hit those draft picks, especially the early ones, and they don't.
I love that we hit the later ones for like good players, but
but you're not going to do that consistently.
Yeah, you need to be able to hit it out of the park on your first or second rounders that are these top end elite level talents. Like I don't understand. So
when they had a cheap quarterback, it allowed them to trade picks for proven veterans. It allowed them to miss on picks because you can always spend your way out of it. Now, you better hit those picks, baby.
Yeah,
Ricky Pearsall better be really good.
They better hope Salah hit, and if Salah hit, then you have a decision to make because Kyle has been ass at drafting early. So,
yeah, that's another technical term. Dave Edwards says, I think the secondary group is not being talked about enough. Even fully, they are average at best. The safety group might be the worst in the league.
I don't agree with fully healthy. They're average at best. I think fully healthy and at their potential, dude, I think Renardo Green and Demo are 2 of the best man corners in the league at their peak. So,
and I think Upton Stout's gonna be pretty good too, man.
Yeah, so I disagree with that.
I think Pinnock's gonna be pretty solid. My question is more strong safety until Mustafa comes back.
Yeah,
and Green's durability. Because with hamstring injuries, to me, they linger, man. I don't know if he's ever gonna be fully healthy or when that'll be.
Just ask Ricky.
Yep, they linger.
I do agree with the safety part. I think our safeties are pretty rough, even with Mustafa back. Like, hopefully, Pinnock is good. But yeah, the safety group does scare me a little bit. But the corner group fully healthy, I do not think we're average at best. I think we're top 5 at best.
Joseph Ernberg says, drafts a hurt player gets hurt. Literally, and that's the thing. I mean, we'll see what happens with Michael, but he was hurt when they drafted him. And they felt like he'll be fine, but you don't know. And now he's hurt. And is it the same ankle? Are both ankles issues? To me, if you're drafting 11th, you don't want any issues, no red flags. And I guess in retrospect, maybe they didn't look at it as a red flag, but they might kick themselves for not looking at it as a red flag. And
I will say,
they may not be drafting 11th again anytime soon.
I will say I haven't heard anything about Walter Nolan, and that was kind of the other pick we were rumored to have wanted. And I haven't really heard much about Kelvin Banks, and that was the other pick we were rumored.
No, but you know who we have heard about?
Who?
Maybe you haven't been plugged into Kansas City Chiefs Twitter, but Josh Simmons is killing it.
Yeah, but we weren't going to draft him that high, and he has the same problem, though. They would be drafting a hurt player.
Correct.
So, I'm talking
but that's a gut punch. It's like, man, you took one and your guy's hurt, but he's good. Oh, that hurts. Yeah.
So I'll say this, if Walter Nolan, we were hearing oh my God, this guy is just feasting, I'd be really upset. But we've heard Michael's good. Trent said Michael's a stud. So let's just hope.
Trent said Trey Lance is a stud.
Yeah, Trey is. We're going to see it in preseason. Buddy.
Tomorrow, I can't wait, man. Should we do a watch party?
Yes, please.
Okay, moving on. Offensive line. Who we got? Trent Williams is out there practicing. That's good. Mm-hmm. Dominic Pooney, whenever he loses, that's a story. As someone who's there, I feel like he's doing a pretty good job. He looks like the Dominic Pooney of last year, but even in better shape.
Kyle
and
says
Nick
Brendel's one of
Zakel
the.
holding down the left guard spot with Spencer Burford learning left tackle, or trying to play it for the first time in the NFL. And between reps, which he's had some bad ones, you got Trent Williams personally coaching him. Trent Williams personally coaching offensive tackles. Nick Bosa personally coaching Michael Williams.
I mean, that's
Gotta
good
like
idea.
that.
I like that. But
Yeah.
And you have Kyle saying Jake Brendel's one of the best centers in the league, so that's
Yeah.
great. He is one of the best centers of the league. Just speak it into existence. I
Sure.
believe it.
I believe it.
We got our offensive line is my second most worried group behind the secondary. Because again, it's same as the secondary. If Trent goes down, we're probably cooked.
I feel like Colton McKivitz quietly has improved.
Oh, he's so good.
I'm not saying he's so good, but he used to be so bad, man. So bad. They cut him. He was on the practice squad. He gave up 13 sacks. He gave up he gave up 3 in that first game of his starting career. And I feel like, at least in practice, he often goes up against Bosa in the one-on-ones because Trent only does 1 rep. And Bosa wants a little bit more work, so he goes up against Colton. Colton has beaten him
good
like 1 time or maybe twice. So,
I mean, good. If I was them, if you want him to get better, I would just put Nick on him permanently. I'm like, you are going to go at McKivitz every single play.
I like that. I like that.
I'd be like, until this dude can consistently slow you down, because I mean, you're probably not going to stop Nick's, Nick. But until he can consistently slow you down.
It's that iron sharpening iron theory, which is so true. I feel like there's been good examples of that in the Niners. Kittle and Ward, Jimmy Ward.
Yeah.
And Ayuk and Lenore. I'd love to ask Lenore about that, and Ayuk as well. Ayuk, as someone who faced Lenore every day in practice, how much has he improved since his rookie year, and how much how much do you feel you're responsible for his improvement? How much did going against you every day help him, in your opinion? Yeah.
And that I liked, and
that's the same question for Lenore.
For all 3 of Trent's reps, Michael would be against Trent, and he'd have to try his best.
Yep. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way to help players that are just not good. You just got to put them against someone that is just going to beat their ass every day until they wake up. And all right, I need to actually take this super serious because this is just getting brutal.
And I think they tried that with Mike McGlinchey back in the day, and I don't think McGlinchey could really handle it. I think McKivitz has a much better mindset, and I think losing reps here and there doesn't crush him. With McGlinchey, if he'd lose 1, then all of a sudden he'd lose 4 in a row because he'd be in his own head. And I don't think McKivitz does that.
Yeah. I mean, it's also about, the culture of the team. I think it's just, you got to kind of set that culture. This is practice, man. Look at Brock. He's throwing picks like they're candy. So you're going to get beat.
Let's talk tight ends. George Kittle's out there. He's coming off one of the best seasons of his career. We're going to talk about the wide receivers after. It's such a thin position. It's so unclear who's going to be around at the wide receiver spot. Are you expecting George Kittle lead the team in targets and catches and get a bigger workload than last year? Or
for sure. He has to. If he doesn't, who are you going to target? The 40-year-old running back or
Russell Gage?
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
So, I mean, honestly, what the Niners should do is a 2 quarterback set. So you can sub out George, let Mac Jones. So you can get 2 looks, right? Like Brock Purdy has the left side, Mac Jones is the right side of the field. Maybe someone will get open. That. No, I like the tight ends. I mean, we have George Kittle. I think he's the best tight end in the league. I would like to see him get more volume, especially with our receivers hurt. I think we'll be able to see what happens when George Kittle actually carries the load. I like our tight ends because of George Kittle. Now, if George Kittle gets hurt, I hate our tight ends. So
I'm looking forward to seeing Luke Farrell in the preseason. I want to see what it looks like, him blocking, because I don't think he's a dynamic receiver. He's maybe caught 1 or 2 passes in all of camp, but he's supposed to be this.
Yeah, apparently he's great at blocking.
Yeah, so I want to see that because I don't think that the fullback is the blocker he was 5-6 years ago. I'm not really sure what. Anyway, but the way I look at it is you got Kittle and Farrell. Those are 2 guys who are going to make the team. And then you got 3 more tight ends competing for 2 spots. Tonjes, Willis, and Dwelly. And I think ideally you keep the 2 younger guys, obviously. So I don't know. We'll see if one of those guys can knock off Dwelly. And so far, actually, Braden Willis has been catching 2, 3, 4 passes a day. Mac Jones likes him big time.
Yeah. We also need to bring back Latu, give him another chance, see what happens.
He never got a real chance.
Yeah. So our tight end.
Is he still in football, or did he wash out?
I mean, my guess is he is not on the team. Let's see. He is. Oh, he's on the Eagles.
Wow.
Wow. What a beast. Good for him.
Practice squad. No, he's actually on their team.
I don't know.
What are they doing?
I mean, technically, roster cuts haven't happened yet, so we don't know.
One of the worst football players I've ever seen on the Niners practice field. He was so bad.
Oh man. Yeah,
he never had a moment.
I only saw clips, and yeah, he looked atrocious. Even in preseason, he looked atrocious. Like,
yeah,
he looked lost, and it was confusing how you could be so lost.
Well, he didn't. What was he, a linebacker in high school, and then he went to Alabama and played tight end for a couple of years, and the Niners were like, he doesn't even know how to play this position. We love it. It's like, well, yeah, it's kind of.
They should have tried him a linebacker. Actually, bring him back as a linebacker and see what he's got.
Because catching the ball, it's not what he does. Wide receiver, this was a position that I was optimistic about heading into training camp. I was like, yeah, man, Debo's gone. That's great. Redistribute his targets. Ricky, Cowing, Robinson, Jennings.
Yeah.
But now it's like everyone's hurt. Everyone's hurt. And now the starting wide receivers yesterday were Demarcus Robinson, who's facing suspension, and Jordan Watkins, who's a rookie. And then they also mixed in Russell Gage.
Why not Pearsall? I thought Pearsall's fine now. Oh, yeah, he's not stacking days. My bad. He needed a rest. Forgot. We don't stack days here with Ricky Pearsall.
He stacks rest days. That's what he does.
Yeah. He's like Kawhi Leonard, but not good.
This is a code blue situation for me. I don't understand why the Niners haven't brought in someone like Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper. Like, you really think this situation is going to go away? Take care of itself? I don't know.
Well, the leads off season right now is kind of firing up, so we got a lot of decisions to make over there.
Priorities here.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm still I don't know, dude, like Kyle Shanahan makes me weirdly optimistic. Like, I'm like, I know Kyle's got this. Like, I don't know why, but I really like Jordan Watkins. If everyone goes in there healthy and I'm super high on Jordan Watkins. So
he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I like him.
He might be better than Ricky because at least Jordan can stay healthy while playing football. I'm not sure that if you can't stay healthy, then you're not really a football player, man.
Yeah.
You're a theory.
Yeah.
You're an idea.
I like you're a Jalen Hurd. I like what's his name? I like Jordan Watkins. I am super high on him. I think he's going to be phenomenal. I think he'll fit into our offense and be able to do so much. So I really
his catch yesterday was big time, man. I mean, it was one of the best throws I've ever seen Purdy make. It was really like 40, 50 yards down the field.
He actually got it out in front of someone for once.
I couldn't believe it, man. I was right behind the play, and when he threw it, I'm like, good luck, Brock. I was thinking, there's no way. You're not Mac Jones. Can't hit this pass. But he did. I was like, oh, respect.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I really like Nayor, man. I know he's like rough, like he's a rough project, but dude, he's a freak.
Yeah.
He's crazy athletic.
Watkins is more advanced than Nayor at this point, but Nayor has an incredible upside for sure.
Yeah.
But dude, can we all right, I have a bone to pick. I feel like people are hyping up Russell Gage, man. If that's where we're at, it's a problem, man. There's no way. He hasn't caught a pass in a game since 2022. What is he going to do all of a sudden?
Yeah, dude. No. Nayor's 6'4". Come on.
I'm talking about Russell Gage, though.
Sorry, I was still thinking about Nayor. But yeah, Russell Gage was but I thought he was doing well. Like, that's the crazy part isn't he looking like actually like good?
Yeah, but what does that say about the secondary?
Yeah, no, that's my biggest like issue is if Mac Jones is feasting and Russell Gage is feasting, like, whoo-wee, that's rough.
This could ruin the season, man. To me, wide receiver and cornerback are two highly precarious positions. And for whatever reason, the Niners keep having soft tissue injuries. It seems like these are the positions that are getting affected very much. I don't understand why the Niners have so many pulled muscles.
Yeah, but do they know how to stretch?
I don't know, man.
Patrick Mahomes is sponsored by Hyper Ice. I have their massage gun. He'll probably donate some to his children on the 49ers and be like, here, son,
Ooh, I
we'll
think
give
that
you,
would be the yeah. He's
I'll
a good
give you
father.
some machine gun, massage guns. Like, pretty easy.
All right, running backs. You know what's interesting about the running back spot? 6 days in, Christian McCaffrey's been out there for 4 of them, and no one said anything about him. Have you noticed that?
I actually saw a video that said Christian McCaffrey's back, and then I saw someone tweet at you and said, yeah, he's lacking explosiveness, and it was just him in slow-mo, so I don't know how they could tell he was explosive in slow-mo. But
I mean, every time Brock Purdy makes a throw, there's like 18 content creators being like, oh my God, it was the greatest throw of all time. Don't you think that if Christian McCaffrey was doing the stuff he did a couple of years ago, or making guys miss, catching hella passes, playing harder than everyone else? That's what people used to say. Wouldn't people say it?
I did
I just
see
feel
him
like
burn the hell out of a linebacker or a corner the
on
other
a
day.
one-on-one drill, I did see that
Yeah,
too.
holy
I did see
shit.
that
I
too.
was like,
That was
damn.
nice. I just think I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he doesn't have the 5th gear anymore. I'm just saying he's not gonna hit it now.
Consistently.
He's not going to hit it now. Maybe he'll do it in the regular season
I
when it
watched him
counts.
hit it
But
in
right now,
slow-mo.
he's just trying to not get hurt, and that's fair.
I will say the running back group is the group I'm second most optimistic about behind our defensive line. I really like Jordan James. I like Isaac Guerrero. And then Christian McCaffrey, I think, is good if we can rotate him in and out. But I really like Jordan James. I think he's so quick. He's like when he cuts, he is gone.
And Kiner, it might even be quicker.
Yeah, dude. Like that.
They're both good.
I like that Kyle's kind of gone more for speed for once. We don't have these 6'4", 4'8", 40 players. We have like Jordan Watkins, Jordan James, Corey Kiner, Guerrero. We have these dudes that could just torch you.
I want to see Kyle use more 2 tailback formations.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think it'd be cool. You could have Christian McCaffrey and Guerrero on the field at the same time, and you could like play fake to McCaffrey going left and then set up a screen to Guerrero back on the right.
Yeah.
I think they've called a few screens to Guerrero. I think that might be the most effective way to use him. As a straight up running back,
sure.
He's not going to have the vision and elusiveness to be elite, but as a screen guy out of the backfield, he could be elite.
Yeah. And Kyle, if you're listening, when we say 2 tailbacks, we don't mean juice check.
That's who we don't mean.
Yeah.
Can I upset you for a second? Multiple times yesterday, Purdy handed the ball to him. What? Why?
I'm going to put a fist hole through my TV if I see Juice Check get handed the football with all these running backs.
Like, they need to improve in short yardage. That's not it.
Oh. I would rather see a Purdy tush push than Juice Check get handed the ball in short yardage situation. I'd rather see Isaiah Nayor lined up in the backfield than
No, seriously, I think what I was thinking when they signed Luke Farrell is that in short yardage, you would take the freaking fullback off the field and put in another tight end who's actually bigger than Kittle and get some actual push at the line of scrimmage.
That's what I have an idea with the fullback is just make him an assistant coach. That way he doesn't have to get on the field and he doesn't have to take a roster spot because he's useless on the field. So he could still, give your team the juice and, be that guy without actually having to be on the field, and take someone else's spot. So that's kind of my hope on that. You probably didn't put how we feel about the fullback group in this ticker, did you?
No. It's funny. I'm gonna come back. He keeps calling himself like part of the core. It seems to me that every player who starts is more important than him, man. Nick Zakelj. If Nick Zakelj is the starting left guard, he just became more important than if the fullback. The fullback's gonna play 400 snaps, maybe 500 tops, get the ball, gain like 250 yards, and score 2 touchdowns, man. I mean, how could you possibly? What would you do without that production? No, but it's the motion before the snap. It's the window dressing.
I would rather have Jordan James doing that every single time than Juice. Like, I'll give it to Juice Check. Sure, he can make some like grabs for a fullback, and you're like, oh wow, that's nice. But dude, it's just he's so useless. Like the defense doesn't even care about him. It's literally like
how many catches do you think he had last year?
3.
Seriously, guess how many catches did he have in seven? He
Serious.
played 17 games last year. 17 games.
My honest guess is like 3 to 7.
He had 19 catches in 17 games.
That's actually a lot more than I thought.
He had about 1 a game.
That's so bad. I don't know why. He's
1
so
a game?
Could you imagine just giving those extra reps to a Jordan James this year? It would just be astronomically better. I promise you, it's not that. It won't be.
Dude, he gave the Niners 9 first downs all season. 9.
He also gave us a game-losing fumble, so that was good.
He did. All right. Quarterback position. Brock Purdy just got paid. He's got 4 picks in 5 practices, but he also has a daughter now. And
he hasn't gotten hurt yet.
Hasn't gotten hurt yet, which is the most important thing.
Yes.
The most important thing.
Thank God.
Really, if something's going to mess up his career, it's going to be an injury, not an interception. Mac Jones tearing up practice, but it's practice, and he's playing with and against the second stringers. Tanner Mordecai, so bad. But we're not here to talk about Tanner Mordecai. No.
Kaepernick.
What do you... Are you more encouraged because Mac's playing well? Are you nervous about Brock? Are you thinking about Trey Lance? Do you miss Colin Kaepernick? How do you feel?
So I actually was just kind of meh on Brock. And then I saw the deep throw. Like, I know it's just training camp, whatever. But, dude, Brock never hit those throws. Like, no. Never. He would always sail it, or it would be they'd have to stop and wait. Like, that throw, especially that Kyle's willing to call it and Brock's willing to throw it. I like that a lot. But he
better hit it because Mac can hit that throw. That's the thing. I feel like having Mac is going to bring out the best in Brock.
I'm more encouraged by Mac playing well than I am by Purdy doing his thing in training camp. Because based off of Brock's career, I don't hope he gets hurt, but he is most likely going to have a game or 2 or 4 or half a season that he is not playing. So I am very encouraged that we have a starting caliber quarterback on a backup. So
I feel like last year Brock played like a quarterback who wasn't at all afraid of losing his job, which is good and bad. Because if you have no fear of your backup, then you're going to go out there and do a little too much and make some bad decisions and, hurt the team sometimes. And I think in 2023, which was by far his best season, well, in 2022 as well, like it was not his job in 2022. He had to execute and he did. And then in 2023, Sam Darnold was there. And he could see Sam Darnold was good. We saw what Sam Darnold ended up doing in Minnesota. And if Brock had gone out and thrown a bunch of picks in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, Darnold would have got a shot and he would have probably been good because the team was stacked. So now you got Mac Jones here. You see Mac Jones in practice. You're right next to him. You know he's good. It's your job and they paid you. But I wonder if we're just going to get like a little bit more sensible version of Brock than there's hero Brock and there's dink and dunk Brock. And I think he wanted to show hero Brock. Like, we need more dink and dunk Brock because that's all Mac Jones is doing, really.
And I will say, like, we were not getting a bunch of separation last year, which hopefully gets fixed up this year. But yeah, we need Brock to
that's what Russell Gage is for.
We need Brock to chill a bit. Like, he really does like bailing out on plays, like, quick. And yeah, I'm hoping that even he can learn something from Mac, man. It's like Mac came from a similar system in the Patriots where it was a lot of like quick hits, finding your read quick, finding your open guy quick, knowing where your open guy is going to be. And Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler, man. Like, he wasn't awful on the whole time on the Patriots. His team was terrible and he was solid. So I think, especially the way Brock's contract is set up, man, Brock cannot take his foot off the gas. Not even just because of Mac Jones. Like, next year, that is one of the most stacked quarterback drafts in terms of just raw talent we will have in years, man. So I hope Brock does well. Like, I hope Brock wins a Super Bowl and he ends up being a stud. But yeah, I'm more encouraged by Mac Jones because I'm assuming Mac's going to end up having to play at least a couple games.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. I think it's going to look a lot like the offense looked with Jimmy, but I think he's better than Jimmy. I think he's actually got he's a better processor than Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy really knew what he was looking at. I think he could go to his first read. I think this guy can go through his progression. He got a better deep ball. Doesn't have a torn ACL in his past. Better player, smarter.
Yeah, I think
Smarter.
both our quarterbacks are better than Jimmy. So
I wanted to say this at the time, but I couldn't because when I alluded to it, people in the organization would get mad. I don't think Jimmy was that smart.
I don't think Jimmy was that good.
I don't think Jimmy was that smart. Brock's smart. Mac is smart. Lance is smart. I don't think Jimmy's that smart.
No, I don't. I think Jimmy is very handsome, though. He is definitely more handsome.
He's a very handsome man, and he's smart enough, but I don't think he's that smart.
No, and players didn't really seem to like him outside of the 49ers. The Patriots team seemed like they did not like the dude at all.
Yeah. I just think his whole mentality is backup quarterback. Like, he got drafted by the Patriots. He realized, I'm never going to play football. Oh, I'm Tom Brady's back. I'm never going to play football. Cool. I'm going to develop some other interests.
He's the backup in Blue Mountain State, dude. That's what he wanted to be. He didn't want to be a starter. He wants to be a backup.
Well, he's made a lot of money. William Engelman says, this is not going to be a pass-heavy team. All our O-line is built to run like 5 starter-level running backs. Purdy's weak arm and no healthy wide receivers.
I disagree. I think we're going to be much more pass-heavy than people think. You have to. You can't. We can't.
Be pretty controversial if you give him Brock all that money and then don't pass.
Yeah, you're not gonna. We're not gonna be like the Chargers.
What was more controversial is if you get him hurt because no one's open and the offensive line can't block.
I think it's gonna. I think our offense is gonna look a lot like 2019. It's gonna be a lot of short yak yardage.
It better. Mm-hmm. And I don't know because that team had Mike McDaniel, who's very creative. The Niners haven't been as creative without him.
Unless you're playing a team over 500, then Mike McDaniel's not very creative.
Hey, I'm not saying that he's the head coach that you need.
Yeah, no, Kyle. That's what we forgot to add coaches. Coaches as a group. How confident are you in coaching?
Let's do coaches.
We forgot the most important part.
Well, I mean, the fact that Robert Saleh's here is a big deal. Mm-hmm. I think he continues to inspire confidence in the team and the fan base because he has a vision. And it seems like he's been able to, realize his vision in multiple places before. So his presence is calming and soothing. Mm-hmm. But then you got Kyle, who, I don't know, he still looks like he's 55. And
he's in his Clooney era, man.
Kyle needs to step up as a leader this year. Like, I just feel like last year you let Juszczyk and Kittle and you let Debo run the team. How about that? You let Debo run the team last year. Can you be the strong leader that you need to be? Debo's gone. Saleh's the defensive coordinator. It's your team. Don't let the fullback dictate who's going to play. Don't let the tight end dictate who's going to play. Like, it's your team.
Yeah, I'm really confident in Saleh.
Don't let the tailback say, I'm staying on the field. None of that shit anymore.
Yeah, I'm very confident in Saleh, and I am confident in the special teams coach because, again, you can't get much worse than we had in special teams. I think this is a big year for Kyle, man. I really do. I think this is like Kyle's prove-it year, so to speak. Like, he has a lot of pressure on him. Like, receivers are, we have a lot of young receivers. You just got Purdy paid, the quarterback you wanted. The receiver that's going to be out for 6 weeks is the one you stormed the offices for. Like
January 6th.
The running back, you wanted us to sign him for a gross amount of money as well. Like, you have what you need, man. And if Saleh outperforms you, in my opinion, that's a really bad look for Kyle. If Saleh's side of the ball outperforms you yet again.
Yep. Bad looks for Kyle. If Greenlaw has a good season, if Travaris Ward has a good season and Renardo Green doesn't, if Debo plays well, God, that would look bad.
Oh God,
if Trey Lance has any kind of career ever.
Could you imagine if Trey Lance comes in and he balls out in preseason, Herbert gets hurt, and he just takes him on a run? Oh my God. You know how bad that would look, especially because it's Harbaugh of all coaches too. Oh,
And if
Jed
Purdy
York.
gets hurt, my thing with Purdy is like, we're talking about the interceptions, and I talk about that as like, I think you're a really good quarterback, and this is your one weakness, and you could be a little better here. Not like you're a fraud. My issue with Brock is he runs around a lot for a quarterback who's small, and it's just going to take one hit, and he's been close a few times, and I'm nervous for his longevity.
My biggest thing with Brock is that everyone's like, oh, well, last year was a one-off. It really wasn't, because his first year, the dude was throwing picks. They were just dropped at an
That's true.
absurd rate. Like, I have never seen so many balls go through secondary members' hands and not be interceptions. Like, I'll tell you right now, like, people act like the dude doesn't, like, he takes care of the ball with perfection. Like, he really takes a lot of stupid risk.
Yeah, that he doesn't need to take, and his backup is not going to do stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, if he gets hurt, if he is up and down, gets hurt, Mac Jones comes in and plays well, people are going to hate that contract so fast, so fast.
But I mean, and again, you have a year out. Like, if Purdy gets hurt, man, I would not be surprised if we draft someone next year. There is so much talent, and you don't need to be in the first round to get someone that can, like, beat Purdy out.
You know who they should have drafted this year? Shedeur.
I actually think Shedeur would have went really well with our offensive style and scheme, especially where Kyle's heading, where we're in the shotgun more. I don't understand why we didn't take a flyer on him in the, like, 5th round.
Well, I don't know. Like, you probably would have to take him instead of Jordan Watkins, so that's a tough one. But he's a quarterback, and I think he's like,
I would have
if Mac Jones can play this well in the Niners, then probably Sanders could too. They're similar.
I would have taken Shedeur when he started dropping. I mean, I said it in like the 3rd or 4th round. I was like, bro, take him. Worst case scenario, use him as a trading piece.
Yeah.
Like,
now CJ West looking good, Jordan Watkins looking good. I don't know, but he was right there.
Yeah,
he was right there.
I agree. I honestly, I would have really liked.
I still don't understand why the Niners are so eager to spend so much money on the quarterback position. I know that Brock saved you, but you guys have shown that your whole formula is not spending on that position. That's your whole thing, and you're so good at it. Why would you mess that up? Why would you change that? Because you haven't really proven you can win this way. You haven't.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I also don't understand Kyle's new philosophy of quarterbacks, right? Like, his most successful season he's had with a quarterback was Matt Ryan. Big, tall, strong, massive arm, willing to take risk.
Sees the field. Yeah.
Sees the field well. He's willing to take risk.
Yeah.
And then it's like he came to the Niners and he's like, okay, I want the opposite of that. I want weak arm, smaller quarterback, quick hits only, don't take risk. And it's like, I don't know. It seems like after that Super Bowl meltdown, he, like, for whatever reason, seems to blame, like, turnovers on the issue, when the issue was his offense. Like,
but we don't know what he wanted. Like, it seemed he wanted Kirk Cousins, but then he settled on Jimmy Garoppolo. And then it seemed he wanted Mac Jones, but then got, like, bullied into taking Trey Lance. And then it seemed he wanted Sam Darnold, but he went with Brock Purdy because he was winning. I mean, I don't know what he wants.
Yeah, it's really strange. And now, I mean, he said all offseason and last year that he wanted Purdy, and Purdy's the guy of the future, and Purdy's the guy he wants to be with the rest of his career. So we'll see. He said it.
It's possible that the owners were like, hey, we're going to give Purdy this contract, and you're either going to be the coach for him or we're going to find someone else. So it's up to you. And he's like, yeah, it'll be me. I'll do it. I'll do the job. I like the job. I'll take the job.
Really? I feel like Kyle wouldn't have done that. I feel like Kyle has more control than that. I feel like if they were like, yeah, I know you don't like Purdy, but this is who we're signing, Kyle would be like, all right.
They could have been like, hey, man, we're going to give Purdy an extension and you an extension. We want to keep you guys together for the long haul. But that's not what they did. They gave Purdy an extension.
I think Kyle would have been like, bro, I'll have 25 offers the second I walk out of this door. So
sweet. But at some point, you can't just coach the 49ers indefinitely. At some point, it's like, shit or get off the pot, right? No?
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Tomlin's entering year 45, but he won a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. We left out one quarterback. He really wanted Stafford.
Yeah. And then he took a nap and he was snoozing. And
that would have been more his, so he does want that big arm quarterback. I don't understand why we're here with Purdy. Well, it's okay to admit, yeah, he's good. He's just not good enough. I feel like coaches are so scared to like with Jared Goff and the Brock Purdy's, like they're so scared to get worse. They won't make a move to get better. I've always said this. I would much rather have a bad quarterback for my team than an average quarterback, because the bad quarterback will get cut. Teams are too scared to move on from the average one.
Yeah.
So they'll just sit there with him for years and years and years until a diamond in the rough pops up. Oh my God, he beat him out. Thank God our franchise is saved. Where it's like the bad quarterback's like, oh man, we got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Like if Purdy was bad, we would have given Shedeur Sanders a chance. We would have given Sam Darnold a chance. We would have actually seen what we could do with like possibly.
Part of the reason why Purdy throws picks, because he can't see the field, because he's short. He can't see. The thing that I like about Mac Jones, he can see where he's throwing.
Yeah. He also thinks he has more talent than he does, which is not trying to be like an insult, but he plays like he has Patrick Mahomes' talent, and he doesn't.
He doesn't. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, can you stop with that a little bit? I know you are a playmaker. You have that gene, and it's what makes you better than Mac Jones. I get it. But if you do that too much, you're going to get hurt, and you're going to turn the ball over a little less. Like that's not how you played early in your career.
Like people will point out that Seattle throw that BA dropped. Like, yes, there are times where it's good, but if you look at it in a general sense, that's how you go 6-11. Is Purdy trying to be a playmaker? The way you go to Super Bowls and NFC championships is doing what he was doing that year against Seattle, which is when I absolutely have to make a play, I will go make a play. But other than that, I'm just going to do what Kyle tells me to do.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of having Kyle Shanahan is that his system is among the better systems in the league, and you're all in with this system. And if you can master it on most plays, you shouldn't have to ad-lib. Yeah, and if you have to ad-lib, then why are you paying Kyle Shanahan at all?
Yeah.
Let him be the offense. Invest in a better defensive coach.
Yeah.
Or make solid coach.
That's my biggest thing, and that was my because Purdy, you remember how Jimmy had happy feet and you always knew it was going to result in an interception? Like Purdy's is like that, but it's like 50-50. Like it's like, oh, this might be a play, or oh, this is probably just going to be a pick. Yeah. Or a dropped pick in Purdy's case, because this dude gets blessed.
I just feel like when he first came on the scene, he was super decisive. Yeah. I'm running, I'm throwing. And now he'll have these plays where he's like, ooh, let me spin out to the left and then look around and oh no, let me run back over here. It's like, dude, what do you want to do on this play? Because it doesn't seem like and when you finally let the ball go, I'm thinking you're going to throw a pick. That's what he did yesterday. So I would just like to have fewer plays where you hold the ball 6 seconds, man. You don't need to be Kyler Murray.
Here's a good example is Jalen Hurts. Everyone compares Purdy and Jalen Hurts because they're both, solid quarterbacks that have great teams around them. Jalen Hurts has the ability to do what Purdy does, to stretch a play forever. He's fast as hell, so he's faster than Purdy. So he could run around in circles, but he doesn't.
Nope.
And that's what we need Purdy to do.
He could turn the ball over a lot, but he doesn't.
Yeah, when Jalen has to, he's decisive, like you said. It's like, okay, I got to take off. I'm just going to take off. And he just takes off. But Purdy, it's like, oh, I'm going to take off. Oh, wait, no, I see someone. Oh, wait, I don't see him anymore. Okay, I'm going to take off. Oh, wait, I'm going to stop. Oh, wait, I'm on my back foot 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Hold on, let me do a little pirouette. Wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm doing backflip. Yeah.
That's what reminds me of Johnny Manziel, how it did not work out at all in the NFL.
Yes. He's the good version of Johnny Manziel.
Yes, he looks confused. And that's how Johnny looked in the NFL. It was like, oh, I'm going to do what I did in college. Oh, this isn't working. These guys are a lot faster and a lot bigger.
And look, Brock is super quick. He is surprisingly quick, and he makes guys miss all the time, but he's small. And I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, if he doesn't do that stuff, it's just a balance because he has to do some of it. It's important, and it's what separates him from a lot of other quarterbacks who can run the system. But if he does it too much, he's going to get himself in trouble. So I don't know what the right balance is.
That's what I'm saying. Needs to go back to that 2023 version where it's like, if I have to, I will make a play happen. If I have to.
But it's always better to check it down to McCaffrey than to hold the ball 6 seconds, dude.
Right now, last year, it was he built, and even when Garendo's running across in front of his face, hello, I'm right here, throw me the ball.
He's like, no, I have to throw it down the field so I get $53 million a year. They're not going to pay me if I dink and dunk.
Jordan Mason, the same thing. And everyone's like, well,
Yep.
Jordan Mason isn't that good. Okay, throw it to him, though. He's open. Like, if he drops it, then that's fine. But it's like Purdy bailed out of a lot of clean pockets last year. Like, it seemed like he sensed he's like oversensitive to pressure. It's like, oh, someone's near me. I gotta go.
He's over eager to show his playmaking ability, whereas now his backup is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And again, I think that should bring out the best of Brock, because if Brock's over here being like, oh man, I'm messing up, I'm making mistakes, this guy's a machine, then he can just play a little bit more like he can outmac Mac Jones. Although if Purdy doesn't, if it's just playing from the pocket, no mobility,
well, yeah, Mac's better for sure.
Mac might be better.
Like, and that's my thing.
He sees the field better. He's got a bigger arm. He's more accurate.
That's what got Purdy in trouble in college. They'd play like, and it's what gets him in trouble in the NFL. When you play better teams, like, just to put it frank, the cutesy shit doesn't work as well. Like, it just doesn't. They're ready for it. Or sometimes they just bait you into it. Like, bro, just push up on the corners, make Purdy make a play, and then he's going to crumble. It's what a lot of people do to Lamar in the playoffs. You just contain him, make him just play quarterback and see what happens.
Yep, and that's kind of what you want to do with Brock Purdy. You want to keep him in the pocket because he can't. He's good, but he's a little shorter, and once he gets outside the pocket,
he just stresses out. It's like he wigs out.
Herbie Holland says, Grant, you're going to have a great season. This Niners team will be so bad. Lots of content for you to dive into all season. 5-12 quarterbacks, bad receivers, bad defense. Worse. You already know I got 200 on that losing season. 200.
I don't agree with that. Like, I don't see us having a losing season, man.
He says, coaches, really? Happy new season, fellas. This is Joe Crowell. Thank you very much.
Happy new season, Joe. We're all looking forward to it, especially with this soft schedule. You're going to have Niner fans freaking out the first 3 weeks when we play the Saints and the Seahawks.
Dude, if they lose to the Saints and Seahawks.
If they lose to the Saints, it will be DEFCON 5. People will be rioting.
If they lose to the Saints, I'm bringing in Mac Jones week 3. Can't wait around.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, dude. If they lose to the Saints, fire Kyle on the spot.
Tyler Shook? Oh, man.
Yeah, I'd be like, you're gone, Kyle. You're fired. What?
You're done.
You lost to the Saints, bro.
Sorry. Salah, it's your turn.
You're rebuilding.
It's time for Tyler to go watch Call of Duty. And
it's over. Season's over, sadly.
Season's over. Thanks for watching, everyone. The practice is back on tomorrow. Day 7. Stay tuned.